Today I'm doing something a little bit different. Instead of doing a narrow gauge deep dive, we're doing the North Western Railway deep dive, presumably the basic 20, from Thomas who's number 1 to Jeffrey who's number 20, because I'm planning to redo 21 to 30. Like I'm planning to do Barry into a IVAT 2 tender engine. We'll get to that when we get to that. Now let's get into Thomas. Thomas is based on the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway E2. He is specifically 105, built in 1915. He was roughly 9 days into his shunting trials when the area got bombed and he had to be dragged away to Sodor by an LBSERK class. He took along for the journey all the way to Sodor. In 1916, Thomas was officially purchased. He was given a light blue livery and his famous number 1. He was even given a nameplate and the NWR letterings on his bunker. In 1921, his famous incident with the trucks happened. One of the engines which was slow at the time dared him to pull his goods train. Thomas did, and he nearly bashed into the brothers at Crosby. In 1925, after James's fatal accident, it wasn't fatal, he had a nasty crash. Thomas rescued him and he was given the Farquhar branch. In 1930, Thomas and the policeman event happened. "Where are your cow catchers?" "But I don't catch cows, sir." "Don't be funny," snapped the policeman. And that happened with Toby arriving to the line. In 1937, during a massive event of sabotages, at the back of Thomas's running board it was raised up, like in the TV show. In 1941, he volunteered for World War II, becoming a corporal. His full name being Corporal Thomas Bilington. Yeah, some of the engines in my area are named after their builders. Like how Henry's last name is Stanya, and Gordon's last name is Gresley, and Percy's last name is Collett. In 1946, Thomas went in for a complete overhaul after World War II. In 1960, Thomas crashed into the station master's house, which caused his whole running board to become levelled and flat. He's still in this condition till this day. In 1965, when the event of the Tidmouth Harbour crisis happened, so many ships were entering port that literally every single engine in every single region came to help. Thomas was one of the many shunters. In 1973, when the post office at Hackenberg gained rail access, Thomas became its official shunter for a while, before they pulled in with a new engine. Who is that new engine? You'll just have to wait and see. In 1984, Thomas heard he was getting his own official TV show. And guess what happened? It led to Thomas's smokebox and giving him a massive 200% ego boost. In fact, his ego was so big he nearly drew out Annie and Clarabelle, which are, yes, they are still in use to this day. They're regularly overhauled and maintained. In 2015, Thomas turned 100 years old. And Thomas events The Adventure Begins happened. And Thomas decided to watch the television. How does that happen, you may ask? Basically, his driver showed him on a big tablet. In 2020, lockdown and the virus spreaded. And if you're wondering, can non-faceless vehicles get infections? No. And it was also the end of Thomas and Friends. And Thomas said, finally. Join me next time as we explore the Northwestern Railway's number 2, Edward.